I would still say sports and collegiate sports are worth it, but in the long run it kind of is a scary thought to know, especially since I'm only in my 20s and I'm already having a lot of issues.
Coming up on Good Morning Waverly, a coach with a traumatic brain condition from playing sports explains why it's important to speak up about injuries.
And in just a bit, we will have Love and Lace owner Jed Mumify in to show us what seasonal arrangements are in this fall.
And fall may begin Sunday, but the weather this week didn't hint at its arrival. We'll have your full forecast later on in the show. You're watching Good Morning Waverly.
Happy Friday and Good Morning Waverly.
Good morning, Waverly. I'm Jacqueline Schutte.
And I'm Kelsey Bemis. We'll begin the show with a look at your current weather outside. Now it is only about 57 degrees or so outside, a little chillier than we saw yesterday morning. And if we can get that pulled up here. Slight wind this morning. It's going to warm up as we continue throughout the day. However, we'll see a high of 68 degrees. About 3 p.m. today we'll reach that high. Tomorrow we will see a high of 65 degrees. Beautifully sunny day, some perfect for that Wartburg football that we'll be having here on campus. And then we'll give you a look at your full forecast beyond that a little later on in the show.
A Waverly man has died in a motorcycle crash last Friday morning. 33-year-old Donald Ledesma crashed into a utility pole on Rainbow Drive at around 2 in the morning in Waterloo. Police said a witness saw him speeding on his motorcycle when he crashed. He wasn't wearing a helmet. He leaves behind an 8-year-old daughter.
A Wartburg student will no longer be running for mayor, but for a spot on city council. 20-year-old Jacob Martin will be running for a county seat in the Ward 3 district against current councilman Wes Gade. Martin originally got his required 33 signatures for mayor and later collected 10 more for the council seat. Dwayne Little and Chuck Infelt will still continue in the mayor race. The elections will be held on November 5th.
One Waverly man is planning to open up a new church. 40-year-old Aaron Bird began his ministry for Riverward Church last Sunday at St. Andrew's Episcopal Church in Waverly. The ministry meets once a month at different locations. They are currently working on building their very own place to worship. If you're interested in joining, their next meeting is October 20th in the Waverly Shellrock Middle School at 5 p.m.
It's officially high school football season, and that means fields are full of players sporting their school colors on their uniforms and helmets.
Those helmets are designed to protect athletes, yet some teenagers are getting life-changing injuries from playing the sports they love.
This is Josh Jacobs, a high school senior. He's a straight A student and wants to be a doctor to help prevent sports injuries.
I had 4 concussions. It scares me a little bit to think maybe my brain might not function as well later on in my life.
A concern expressed by Postville's wrestling coach, a conference All-American from Central College.
I've had 9 concussions. I have a minor brain bleed right now. My ears have been ringing for about a year straight now. I have a brain book because I have a short-term memory loss now, and I'll forget something 30 seconds later, so I just write down what I forget.
All but one of his brain injuries came from sports. As a coach now, he looks out for his players.
It's not a joke at all. You got to monitor it right away. If someone hits their head, even a little bump, and they say that they're just feeling a little bit funny, you better just pull them out, play it safe.
An athlete is allowed to have 3 concussions a year before being pulled from sports. Josh has only had 1 concussion per year, so he technically still could play, but he followed his doctor's advice to not play his very last season of high school football.
Heads up.
It was not an easy decision. It was one of the hardest decisions we had to make. It's still hard every Friday night when we watch the team play because, you know, you want your child to be happy and fulfill his dreams.
And Josh's future? He wants one that's injury-free.
Kids, I think, understand that concussions can be a problem, so they need to be really vocal about communicating that with coaches, because the sooner they can tell you what's going on, the sooner we can fix those things.
Although he will never play high school football again, Josh still goes to practice to support his team and says that sports are still important.
Just that I miss playing, but it's probably worth it.
Of course, we want to see our teams do well in our school, but each individual is more important than getting to state.
I spoke with a football representative from the Iowa High School Athletic Association who says there are more concussions being diagnosed now than ever before, and that's because coaches and athletes are more aware of them and treating them.
And Jackie, what are some of the things that doctors or medical professionals are saying about concussions?
Yeah, they're saying they want to educate athletes and for students to let them know of symptoms and injuries instead of, keeping quiet because they don't want them to be afraid to not play.
All right, thank you.
And coming up next, stay tuned to hear from one Waverly boy about what music means to him and how it took him all the way to the Iowa State Fair.
And we'll have your full week forecast coming up next after the break. You're watching Good Morning Waverly. Welcome back to Good Morning Waverly. The time is currently 7:07, and we'll take a look once again at those current conditions outside. It is currently only about 56 degrees or so, a little chillier than we saw yesterday morning. Relative humidity of 93%. Wind, just slight winds, northwest wind coming in from 8 miles an hour, and dew point 54 degrees. And as we continue on throughout the day, it will warm up. Not quite as high, like I said, as yesterday. 57 degrees at 9 a.m. Noon we'll see 65, and we'll reach our near high, 3 p.m., 69 degrees there. Partly cloudy all day. And as we carry on into the night, we'll see a sunset at about 7:12 p.m. Slight winds picking up just a little bit, 6 to 9 miles per hour. 43 for your high there, mostly clear, just a few clouds. And as we carry on into tomorrow, we'll see beautiful weather for our Saturday. Will be a high of about 65 degrees there, sunny and beautiful, 6 to 9 miles per hour, a sunrise at 6:56. And as we carry on into the rest of the weekend, those sunny weather is going to continue to improve. 72 for your high on Sunday. Monday, once again, a high of 72 and straight sunshine across the board there. And as we carry on into our 5-day, once again, we're going to see all sun throughout the week here. We have a high of 80 degrees on Wednesday, about the warmest it's going to get for that week. So should be some beautiful weather, thankfully, finally getting into those fall temperatures.
5 days of sun.
Yes,
That's
5 days of sun, and we're getting into, like I said, Sunday's the first day of fall, and we're going to finally see fall temperatures.
Some perfect football weather.
Yes,
for the game.
exactly. Perfect for tonight and tomorrow.
Sounds good. A new recycling truck will be driven into Waverly into late winter next year. Waverly will have a new recycling truck arrive in late February or early March of 2014. Residents will no longer be required to sort their recyclables into different bins. Brian Sullivan, the superintendent of public services, says the new truck will make the recycling process easier for everybody who uses it.
From now until the time the truck gets here, try to inform the citizens of the change. As I said, it's not a big change for the citizens. It should make it simpler for them, but we want them to understand what the process is, why we're going to this and everything.
The Waverly community is hoping to take another positive step in becoming a healthier community. Waverly City Council will vote on a possible tobacco ban that will include 10 parks and 4 public restrooms. The City of Waverly is currently enforcing Iowa's Smoke-Free Air Act in public areas, and the tobacco ban would help further define and enforce the policy.
Really, we're enforcing the state law right now. The differences would be that this is kind of an open air area, and it is tobacco free and not smoke free. It's the state law is called the Smoke-Free Act. So it'd just be another step, another positive step for the community.
Coming up after the break, Deb Mummathiel is here from Love and Lace to show us how to make a simple fall arrangement.
And later we'll bring you live music from one very talented and very young musician.
As the fall leaves begin to fall, Waverly consumers are preparing to rake in the savings.
Starting today and continuing through Sunday, participating Waverly businesses will be offering some seasonal sales.
Here with us now is Love and Lace owner Deb Mummathiel to tell us more about what her store is doing for the Scarecrow Spectacular. Now, Deb, thanks for joining us in the studio.
Welcome.
First, can you briefly explain what the Scarecrow Spectacular is?
Merchants across town have gotten together and decided to have some events during the year that we promote our stores. And we thought in the fall, what better than scarecrows?
And when did this start, and why start something like this?
I think we started it about 20 years ago, actually, very on a smaller scale. But we decided to decorate the downtown with corn and pumpkins and scarecrows, and then each store would do something for them to appreciate their customers. So we would do treats and store specials, decorate up the store, just have a good time with our customers.
All right, and what kind of success have you seen from it in past years?
We see that this time of year people get excited to shop because the weather's changing and fall is just a fun time. So we see it growing. Our stores have more sales.
What do you think makes people excited about this event?
I think it's just fall. Fall is just a fun time, like I said, and you start preparing your home because it's a warm, cozy time and you want to decorate.
And you said this event's been going on for quite a few years now. What's kind of changed from it? As anything new this year?
No, we really kind of repeat the same ideas because they work. Why change something that works?
And how is the Scarecrow Spectacular different than maybe some other sales that are held during the year?
Well, the season has changed, so it's fall. It's exciting. People want to warm up their home. They want to decorate their home up with wreaths or arrangements, and it's just a time to start in for the holidays. Then we get prepared for Christmas.
And what can people expect from this event?
Just come downtown and enjoy what the stores have to offer. And it's kind of like a thank you to a lot of our customers for giving us their business throughout the year.
So downtown looks so nice with all the decorations. Can you describe some of the scarecrows that are out in front of the businesses?
Well, we have a contest this year, and we gave a prize away to the most creative scarecrows. And I have to take some people downtown to look around, but we just have people that have taken their themes. Like I noticed there is a curling iron and curlers in the scarecrow in front of the beauty shop. So people just tried to do something creative.
And is there a winner for that yet, or will that be announced?
No, it's going to be announced after this weekend. We have to give them time to get them up.
All right. A lot of preparation goes into those,
yes.
I would assume.
Yes, we're hoping. Yes.
All right. Well, I see that you brought some things for us here. Can you
Yes.
kind of explain what you have and maybe demonstrate?
Well, we talk about your home. It's fun to warm up your home for fall. And I just brought a simple grapevine wreath. And if you would take and go buy yourself a couple bushes, and this is something anybody can do because you just take and slip in the product, and what we call it Love and Lace fluffing. We like to do a lot of fluffing. And you can take a pick of leaves and you can put this around like that.
And can these be bought in the store?
You can buy these in my store, you can buy these in other stores. They're all around. And there again, you can use glue, which I didn't bring along today because you don't have that capability here. But just the biggest thing I tell people is take whatever you're doing and fluff it out, bring it to some, and all of a sudden you add a bow and you've created a door swag. You've created something you could set in the middle of a table.
Wow,
you can
that's
put
really
a
cool.
candle in it, or you can hang it up on a door like that, and you've got something out of just a plain little wreath. But the real trick here, I like this. These are the new little lights that you can purchase. They light up, but the neat thing about fall is the warmth and the fun that happens. So you can take this lights and you can put them in amongst your leaves and your berries. Put them in there, and all of a sudden you've changed this wreath. If it's hanging on your door and it's in the evening, now it's a warm, welcoming glow. Okay. And you just can turn it on and off with just a little switch of the battery. So
and those are fully battery powered, you said?
Battery packs, and they last a long time. So it's really a good little thing, and it's just like I said, you hide that, hang that up, and now all of a sudden you have the warmth and the fun of fall.
The trick-or-treaters know where to go to.
They can come and they can find your house with all the little lights.
And approximately how much would you say it costs to make something like this?
Oh, I'd say like probably $30.
Okay.
And you sell things like this in Love and Lace?
Yes, we do.
All right. Well, and as we understand, you have an event coming up for hospice. Is that correct?
Yes, we do.
Can you explain that a little bit?
On October 13th, we are going to have our barn. We have a barn outside of Waverly that we have on our farm, and we are going to open it up and showcase it. It's a 4-level, all fixed up barn, and we have a passion in our heart, our family does, to help the hospice organization. And so we are going to have a ticket to be sold for $5, and you can come in and have hot cocoa and cookies, and we're going to decorate it to the hilt with fall. It's going to look like this, only way bigger. So we're going to have a really fun time with it.
That sounds really fun. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
Coming up in 2 minutes, we have musical guest Isaac Britt in the studio. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Good Morning Waverly. The time is currently 21 after the hour. Waverly was impressed. Wartburg College music professors were awed, and the judges at the Iowa State Bill Riley Talent Show Search were amazed.
Good Morning Waverly reporter Nicole Lyons is with this incredible 10-year-old now. Nicole?
Thanks, Jackie. I'm here with Isaac Britt and Dr. Reuter from Waverly, who competed in the Bill Riley Talent Search competition at the Iowa State Fair this summer. Isaac, when did you begin playing the piano and why?
Well, I had a friend that actually started, and then I kind of went home and started tinkering, and then I started taking lessons from my dad, and then I entered a competition, which we went to Dr. Reuter to get some help with.
Dr. Reuter, like he said, he started with his dad and came to you. When did you really realize that he had this talent?
Well, when he came to me to get a little help with the piece he was playing previously in a Bill Riley competition, I realized that he had a very high level of skills. And I talked to his dad and I said, you know, if you want him to start formal lessons, now would be a good time. And this is what has transpired in just about a year.
And like we mentioned, Isaac, you competed in the Bill Riley Talent Search competition and were crowned a Sprout champion. How did you prepare for that show, and what piece did you play?
I worked hard an hour every day on the song. We prayed a lot. A lot of hard work.
And what specific piece did you play at the competition?
I played Serenata Burlesca by Dennis Segay.
Okay, awesome. And congratulations, by the way. I will take a step back and I will let you play, but first, what song will you play for us tonight, and can you tell us a little bit about it?
I'm going to be playing my favorite song that I've probably ever learned, the Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy.
Awesome. Thank you. I'll let you take it. All right. Thank you, Isaac Brick, and we'll be back right after this break.
The Waverly Shell Rock Area United Way 2013 campaign is seeking help throughout the Waverly area. United Way is campaigning to raise $250,000 this year to help the needs of Waverly area and communities.
The campaign theme this year is Imagine If Everyone Gave. There are many opportunities available for those in Waverly area to assist the United Way 2013 campaign by donating funds, volunteering with United Way, and spreading awareness.
Those interested in supporting or volunteering for United Way should contact Jill Krull, the Executive Director, or visit the Waverly Shell Rock Area United Way website. And NASA is looking for volunteers to participate in a study that requires absolutely no work. The organization is looking for volunteers that are willing to lay in bed for 70 days straight. In return, NASA will pay volunteers about $18,000. During the study, people will be allowed to read, play on the computer, watch TV, and even work. But they can't move. They must remain lying down in the bed for the full remainder of the study NASA is conducting. They're conducting the research to affect the terms of long-term strapped-in spaceflight on the body.
And we'll get to look one more time at that weather you can expect to see outside today. Like we said earlier, it's going to be fairly warm, a little chillier than yesterday, thankfully, getting into that fall weather. 57 for the high around 9 a.m. Noon we'll be getting up to 65, and then we'll increase just slightly to 69 degrees for your high this afternoon. Slight winds there, getting up to about 16 miles per hour, and mostly sunny, a little bit of clouds there. And then as we carry on into tonight, we will see 43 for our high, mostly clear there. Sunset of 7:12 p.m. And then tomorrow we can expect to see nice temperatures, perfect temperatures for that Saturday football weather. 65 for our high there.
And to kickstart your Waverly weekend, be sure to stop by at the Scarecrow Spectacular sales that will be offered this weekend at participating businesses.
And lace up your running shoes for the best damn run on Saturday. The 9th annual 5K Run and Walk 8K Run and Breakfast on Saturday will begin at 9 a.m. from the Waverly Civic Center. Money raised from the event will go toward the prevention of child abuse. Thanks again for watching Good Morning Waverly.
Well, I hope to see you again next week. Have a great day, Waverly.
And to end, we're going to send it over to Coco Lyons once again in our choral room to see Isaac Britt play for us a little bit more.